Welcome back to Trove One, everybody. As you can see, we are full to the gills. We're stuffed. We're not taking the camper today, and we're headed to the Ozarks, and this is probably going to be interesting, so stick around. These are wild blackberries, very prevalent, and it is just starting like prime season. There's a ton of red berries. You see all the red ones in here, mostly red, but they will be ripening up fast. The heat is here, it's drying out, and there'll be lots of blackberries. So this is like $6 worth of blackberries if you got them from the grocery store. They're smaller than domesticated blackberries, but they taste great, make really good jellies, cobblers, pies, put them in smoothies, whatever. We'll probably just eat these fresh at camp tonight for dinner or for breakfast in the morning. But maybe we'll pick some more and make some jellies. We have access to some more domesticated ones. They're a little bit bigger and juicier, so we don't usually get too crazy on the wild blackberries, but they are good. There's a couple things about blackberries that are guarantees. A, you're gonna get thorns in your fingers because these are not thornless blackberries. B, you're gonna get bugs on your blackberries. So you might wanna rinse them or just be okay with eating a few bugs.
Extra protein.
C, you're guaranteed to get chiggers and possibly ticks. And if you don't know what chiggers are, they're invisible little bugs that will bite you and make your life miserable, and you'll be itching for weeks. So the price is very high when it comes to getting blackberries. It's a dangerous game, but sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes. And you're also gonna sweat a lot because it's always hot.
And they have big juicy ones. I want to eat one. Can I get them?
I just found our first little bunch of muscadines for the year. They're very, very green. It's a long time till the muscadines are ripe, but there are some, which is good. That is good. Oh, here's some more. There's little bitty muscadines right there. So there are going to be some muscadines this year. That is good. Well, the waterfall is running a little bit. It's a little bit dry for this time of year, really. Not terrible, probably average, but we just came off a pretty wet spring and now it's just dried out in the last month or so. So there would have been 2 or 3 times this amount of water a month ago, probably. Still a beautiful little spot, but we're gonna keep going on down the hill, try to get all the way down to the big creek. All right, we have wriggled our way through the tight, narrow roads down here to a beautiful spot on the creek. So, not having the camper allows us to get down in here. I could probably get the camper here, but man, it would be tough. And there would definitely be some winching involved going out. So, pretty cool to be able to come down here just to the Suburban. We'll see how this works for us if we get any sleep. But if nothing else, we're at least going to get to enjoy this beautiful creek. See these? See that? That's a good skipping rock right there. It's got a notch for your finger so you can really grip it and put some spin on it when you fling it out. That's a good rock right there. You can really skip that one fast. You wanna go try?
Can I try one, Daddy?
Watch out.
Oh yeah, they're stuck together. Saya wants to see. Can you show her? Yep. Whoa.
You know what really messes up a nice camp spot on the creek? Those sounds. It's just echoing in this whole valley. A group of side-by-sides with their loud mufflers and blaring their music. I'm sure it's fun, but man, it sure takes away from the beauty of the country when you're out here trying to enjoy the creek with your family. Well, I guess we're gonna start getting our tent set up. Well, we've got friends here sitting with their motors and music blaring while they walk around in the creek. They look like fun to drive, but I don't understand the culture behind it, because I bet they cross the creek up here and go up the other side of the hill, which is an illegal creek crossing. Hopefully they don't, but I wouldn't be surprised because I know people do. Well, I called it. They crossed the creek there where there's no legal crossing, and they're going to the other side. Side-by-sides are gonna get everything shut down. And there's people in every group, but the side-by-sides are the worst. I've seen both groups. Side-by-sides are the worst about tearing up stuff, making bypasses, and driving on illegal roads. What can you do? Maybe we should be able to do that. Maybe we should be able to do that and there shouldn't be any such restrictions. Maybe we should be able to drive anywhere we want out here. I don't know. I just know the laws don't say that. And so when it happens, things get shut down and we all suffer from it. So what do we do? You tell me, what can we do to keep public land open? Because it's beautiful, incredible, and I love being able to drive out here, get to a spot like this, and camp with my kids and enjoy the creek. But how do we keep it open and reasonable for all? Seems like there'd be some better ways than what we're doing, but you know, that's always the case.
Is it what?
Is it plugged up to something else?
No. Does it need? Do I need to plug it up to something else?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing with your rock?
I mean, to make it explode.
Make it explode.
Where's this fall out? Plug up to something different, Mommy.
It's plugged up. Is that a chair for me? No? Okay. Is that for me?
Yes.
Alrighty.
No.
That one's still not for me? Okay. You gonna get another little one?
Just set the battery there. All right, we're gonna get some dinner made. We're just keeping it simple and easy because we don't have our kitchen, so no fancy cooking. We're gonna have some hot dogs and some smoked brats and keep it simple. Kind of back to simple camping food. We used to do this a lot before we really had the camper built and everything, but we have some chips and some hot dogs and cook them up over a little fire and enjoy. All right, Caleb, I'll pull this down and then I'll hand one of them to you. All right, you take that one. All right, now pull it out. All right, you set it on the ground. All right.
What? I wouldn't do it down there. It's getting a little black.
Well, we'll take a while and shine the dark.
I don't know what's up with that boy. He's a strange one.
Wrong.
Well, it ain't fancy, but it'll get the job done. And now that the side-by-sides are gone, we got a beautiful spot on the creek right here with just the sound of the river and the creatures. It's gonna be a good night. It's starting to cool off. It's still warm. I'm still sweating, but it's gonna cool down pretty good, I think. It's gonna be reasonably comfortable, I hope.
I'm putting fire.
You cooking it for me, Mama? You go, girl.
The sun going down. We're starting to lose our daylight, but I'm gonna make a few casts in this pool and see if I might snag a fish. I know there's some in here, but it doesn't mean I'll catch any. You can kind of see through the woods there. There's a pretty sunset going on. You just can't see it because we're down in a hole.
It is slippery there because everyone steps there. Yeah. And I stepped there.
Daddy caught a fish.
Daddy caught a fish? Listen, Daddy caught a fish.
Got my first little fish here.
That's a little.
I don't know if the camera will focus on this dude, but beautiful little long ear, beautiful colors. Love these fish. Put them back in the water. It's a long ear.
Yeah, it was a long ear. Now can I fish that? Here's the funniest part. Because I said right too fast. I went to the fire and tried it. And I put my head in the fire.
Look at this, Daya. It's a catfish.
There's a catfish out here?
Yeah, look at this little catfish.
Let me see it. I like that catfish.
All right, don't touch this one. They got spiky parts on them that'll hurt you. They're little fighters. Yeah. What'd you catch? A snake? All right. Yeah, a little smallmouth. Nice. Little
it's
smallmouth.
too small.
All right, let's let it go.
Just watch it.
There's a nice little bluegill there. They're still biting after dark. Well, good morning. Giddy got up and caught himself a bluegill. I told them first thing in the morning would be the best time to fish. And so they got up pretty quick and caught him a fish. And I'm not even awake yet. All right, good looking little smallmouth right there. Good one, Giddy. Well, it's a beautiful morning and we're enjoying some homemade blueberry muffins that Caleb made at the house right before leaving yesterday. Beautiful, beautiful spot on the creek. Really glad we decided to come down here. We had some other plans and then we changed plans and we're like, let's try a trip in just the Suburban without the camper, with the tent, while we can all still fit in it before we outgrow it. So there's not a lot of opportunities where we can go to places like this where we can't get the camper and be able to camp. And it's a little, there's some challenges to it, but it is worth it. It's gonna be a good day. It's already been a good day.
Yeah, we'll get some berries. Caleb, I'm getting some laser. Eat some.
No bugs.
No bugs? Okay, eat it. Show Daddy. Oh, show Daddy your faces. This one right here would probably be a good one. It looks juicy.
Just caught a nice, pretty bluegill here. Got orange on its fins. Pretty little fish. Another beautiful bluegill here. A pretty good size one too. That's not a small bluegill for one of these creeks like this. Pretty fish. Another beautiful bluegill. Pretty good sized fish. Beautiful little long ear. These guys don't get very big, but beautiful little fish.
Can I hold it, Daddy?
No, I'm gonna let it go. There it goes. Well, as much as I hate to, I think I'm gonna put the fishing pole down for a minute and go start packing up the tent, because I kind of like to get it packed up before the sun hits us and it starts heating up. Right now, it's just beautiful weather. You couldn't ask for better weather. It's fairly cool. What? Giddy's enjoying fishing. Laser's over here swimming. Everybody's been getting in the water, just having a good time. But I think I'll go ahead and get the tent packed up. This is the only tent on the market that can fit our entire family comfortably like this, that I'm aware of. It's still a little tight, but we just lined everybody up over there, all the bigger kids, and then me and Sarah with the baby right here on this side, and pretty comfortable. Of course, it was warm, especially early last night, but we always take this Renogy battery pack up here, and then we've got a couple of these little USB powered fans, so we can just clip these on anywhere. They're multi-speed, so makes a huge difference. If you're going camping and you're not gonna have AC in the summer, just getting airflow like this, significantly better. And I also usually carry our bigger Milwaukee fan, which I kind of had sitting over here just circulating a little bit more air till it really cooled down last night. So fans are your friend in the summer. Well, we've got camp almost all packed up. We just got a few little things we'll throw in when we get ready to go. Kids are up there exploring the creek. And now that I've broke a sweat, I think it's time to cool off in the creek. Enjoy our last little bit of shade before the sun just hammers down on us, and then we'll probably load up and go explore some roads. We got a pretty fun drive just getting out of this area, so we're gonna have some more fun today. All right, sun's out. It's getting hot. Got the life jackets up there so they can dry while we drive. And we're gonna leave this beautiful spot on the creek and go do some driving and exploring, and who knows, we might go swimming and we might go fishing some more. We spent a lot of time here. It's almost 11 o'clock, so we've been here all morning, but it's time to hit the road. This road through here is real tight and windy down here in the bottom by the creek, with lots of mud holes and just down trees and different stuff. Kind of a mess, but you can work your way through it with a Suburban. I couldn't get the trailer through all of it. I could get the trailer through some of it, but it's not really trailer friendly. Not for our trailer. But there's a couple more camp spots. I think there's people down at them, but there's a couple more camp spots and swimming holes we've got marked on Gaia for our Patreon followers. You'll be able to see those if we haven't marked them before for you. We've been down in here a couple times, but we are going to work our way back up the hill, and that is the exciting part. So we're to one of the biggest obstacles on this particular trail, this rock ledge, and this will be a pretty big challenge for the 6.0 and with the tent and everything. So we're loaded a lot heavier. The side-by-sides have kind of made them a new path up this side. This didn't used to be this way, but I'm not sure. Doesn't really matter where you drive up it anymore. It's all tore up, and this will all get worn out and look just like that before too long, and it'll just be one big rock ledge here. So see if we can do it.
you're hitting right up on right where that angle is, that's where you start hit.
Further this way than I wanted to be, and that is how you stack a few rocks to save from damaging your vehicle. I'm not too proud to stack a few rocks. I don't think it's a big deal. Lots of other people do it. Doesn't bother me at all. Got my Suburban up without any damage to anything. Without like full underbody skids, you really got to watch it. It wouldn't be hard to puncture our fuel tank or something if we've got to goofing off. Getting ready for an obstacle, I'm looking ahead and I'm looking at the route I think I want to take. Sometimes it changes the closer I get, but at a certain point you lose the visibility over the hood, so I'm looking at it and then I'm just remembering that in my head and planning and then going accordingly. So a little bit of how I do it. I don't know how everybody else does it, but it's like you kind of memorize your line and then you got to execute that without being able to see what's going on. Passing back through Blackberry Alley is what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it Blackberry Alley, but I don't think we're going to stop and pick any. We still have some left. We haven't even eaten all the ones we picked yesterday. And it's hot, and it's almost 12 now. It's taken us almost an hour to get out of this road. We're almost to the top of the mountain. Then we'll decide where we're going from here, because we haven't made up our minds yet. hitting a slightly more technical downhill road here. This is one I don't think I would take the camper on, so we're checking it out and having a little bit of fun while we don't have the camper along.
Here.
Some gnarly little spots on here. That, I don't know if that'll be the sketchiest spot. We still got quite a bit of hill. This whole road is downhill, so we got another cool spot here we're gonna get, but that was a pretty good ledge back there. We found, I think this is our third camp spot on this. This is the nicest one. The others are pretty overgrown, not really good summer camps, but this one's, it's small, but it's pretty. So this has been a fun road. We're almost to the end of it. We got another couple hundred yards, I think, but fun road. Some cool, look at that rock up there. Neat rock. Suburban's making some funny noises. We got a few things I'm not sure 100% right on it since the engine swap, but we'll get them sorted out eventually. Well, it is way past lunchtime, and those life jackets are filthy. That's okay. We'll wash them off in the creek. But we're going to make some lunch. We're just off the side of the highway, basically. There's a little camp spot here right at the beginning of this road. We're going to stop at the creek, but the whole Haw Creek area, the creeks are just packed. If it is easy-ish to get to, all the locals are out because school's out and everybody's out. I've never seen so many people as I've seen this year at the creeks. It's insane. But we're gonna make some sandwiches and then we're gonna keep going. We got, I got another section of road we've never done because we can't take the camper on it. I want to check that out and then we'll go from there. So we're gonna keep meandering around. We got some more fun stuff coming up. So far this trail is right down our alley. Pretty mild, kind of narrow, a little bit of scenery. Could probably do it with the camper, but we're not quite to the steepest part yet, and that'll be the deciding factor on whether the camper can do it or not. Well, that little spot, well, it probably doesn't look bad on camera, which really wasn't that bad, but like a spot like that's enough. It'd be really pushing it with the camper, just because there's a turn, a little bit of a ledge, the looseness of the hill. Might be able to do it, but probably be a little more than we want. Ooh, blackberries. If I stop, she will pick, and then we will eat.
Not really.
So this is sumac, which you can make jelly out of. We've never made any, but we've had some. We've got some friends that make it, but I'm not sure when you're supposed to pick it. We're gonna try to make some this year, but we gotta figure out when it's ready. I don't think it's ready yet. Hitchhiker. What should we name the walking stick?
Walkie-talkie. Walkie-talkie.
I haven't heard him talk yet.
Hey, talk. Haven't you seen one? How about Walker?
That's not bad.
That's a good name.
Here
Walker, Texas Ranger.
That's what I was thinking.
pass it up. I tried passing it.
Well, that was a pretty cool road. We dropped down the good road. But guess what? There's another road that goes right back up the mountain. So, now we're tackling another road we haven't been on, but we're going up this time, so we'll see what happens. bounced around a little bit. We're kind of starting our last fun section of road, I think. This road will take us out to pavement, and then we'll be headed home, but this is a really pretty drive. It was in 2-wheel drive. I might should put it in 4-wheel drive just in case. There's another one here. That was a little deeper than I would usually attempt in 2-wheel drive. Well, we got a tree right here, and we're too tall to go under it with the tent. So I'm gonna figure out what to do. I really don't want to cut that thing up. It's too hot to be cutting up trees today. But I don't think there's another way. Well, unfortunately for you, I don't feel like cutting that tree out of the way. So we turned around. We're gonna take a different route out. It's probably gonna be more boring, but I just don't feel like digging the chainsaw out from under everything in the back and then cutting that whole tree up just to get down a road that I've seen multiple times. So, sorry. You're just gonna have to go way back in our videos and find one of us driving that road. So instead of that road, we're gonna take a road we've never been on that's nearby. So, a good trade-off. That should be gorgeous in high water. Well, I'm glad we had to detour. This is a beautiful spot. Big old rock ledge here. Beautiful section of the creek down here. This is pretty cool. We're gonna take a break for a little bit because we have a hungry baby. And when you have a hungry baby, you can't push very far. You have to stop for the hungry baby and make the hungry baby not a hungry baby, and then you can keep going. It's just a requirement when you have a baby. Check out this Cooper STT Pro right here. Kind of parked on the edge of a rock. These tires have been great tires. This is the second set that I've owned. Unfortunately, they're starting to get a little on the worn side, and it's not going to be too long. We got a few more miles in them, but it's not going to be too long and I'm going to have to get a new set. Which is kind of unfortunate because I'll probably have to buy at least... I might get away with just 4 and run a couple of them a little longer on the camper, but I've been kind of rotating them through, and then we got 1 cut, so I bought 8 tires. So I had 2 spares, 2 on the camper and 4 on the Suburban. So I kind of need to buy 8 again, but that's a lot to swallow cost-wise. Let me know what kind of tire we should get next. There's some fish. He's up underneath this rock. See him right there? There he is.
Whoa.
He's right there. There's some fish in there too.
Oh, I tried to catch a fish. I saw a boy. No, over here. He swam over. Whoa.
There's a bunch of them in here. Tons of wildlife in these little pools. Big old tadpoles, bunch of crawfish, and a bunch of minnows. I think some little long ear maybe too, but really cool little creek. A lot of life to it, which is always fun, especially for the kids. They're trying to catch everything. Except the crawdads, they're afraid they'll get pinched. I backed into a tree a little bit earlier when I was trying to move that cedar tree. And I was like, oh, that might have done some damage. And Sarah's like, ah, it's a little tree. Yeah, I didn't even hit it that hard, but it just caved in this fender right here, which is already rusted, and so it doesn't really matter. This is all going to get chopped off right here, but it's kind of higher than I wanted. So that's a bummer, but it happens. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying close enough attention and was maneuvering around trying to push that tree out of the way and just backed right into a little tree. We caught a tadpole. Look at this guy. He's got his back legs, but just little nubs for his front legs. Okay, very careful, very gentle.
Can I hold him?
Okay, come here, Zai.
Can I hold him?
Be careful with him. We're going to put him back here pretty quick.
I'll hold this while you hold my feather.
Gentle.
Can I put in the water? How about I put him in the water over there?
No, let's put him in the water here. This is the kind of creek I could explore all day long. Unfortunately, we don't have time to do that, but it's a lot of fun. I might have to come back and camp on this rock slab right here by the creek. Pretty cool spot and a beautiful section of creek here. All right, we're back on the move. Time to get rolling. We got to get home, but this is a cool area.
Your right front wheel isn't spinning at all. Oh.
Not how it does. We don't have a front locker. So
Okay.
That's what I figured. We don't have enough clearance on the axle, so.
Dig?
The front's fine, it's the back. It's just
Do we need to dig?
dragging. Huh?
Do you need to dig or put something
No,
underneath?
we need to get a winch line.
Or are you just going to toss everything? That'll work too.
We're gonna see if this stump, if we can keep the strap on it enough. Otherwise, we gotta kind of get out in the woods and get to a tree. The ruts are just so deep. Our rear diff is just buried in, it's just diffed out. So, see if we can drag us up this little ways. can see everything under there is coated in mud. Hopefully no damage to the diff, but the rear diff was dragging all the way. You can see the skid mark all the way down. Nothing there would help you except bigger tires. Even a front locker wouldn't have got us through that. Solid front axle would not have gotten us through that. Probably would have been worse because it would have been hung up too. All you can do there is bigger tires. 35s, 37s. Alrighty, what a mess. We are almost back out to pavement, so it is time to call an end to this chaotic adventure and quit putting dents in the vehicle and covering everything in mud and whatever else we were doing. We've had a lot of fun today and yesterday. It was a really good trip. The kids really enjoyed the creek. It was hot, but we survived. We got to run some trails we normally wouldn't get to run and do it while on a camping trip, which is pretty cool. So let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this kind of aspect, we'll probably go over some of the differences at some point. Maybe do a vehicle versus trailer kind of comparison, because there are a lot of differences. And if you're thinking about a trailer or thinking about getting into this, figuring out what you need is a little tricky sometimes. So maybe we'll talk about that in a video at some point. But we had a lot of fun. We got a big mess to clean up. We got some kids to get home and get bathed and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna pull out the ARB. We're gonna air up some tires and we're gonna hit the highway and get on home. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.